Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen any of my videos, my name's Madison, and today I'm gonna film a first impressions. So, alright, let's just address the first problem. I know my brows look awful. I don't want to talk about it. I'm ignoring it. Let's just put it out front, okay? I know my brows look bad. I'm sorry. I'm going to get them threaded tomorrow. Don't come for me, okay? I'm addressing it now. We're getting it out of the way. We're not going to talk about it again, okay? They look bad. I tried to fix them. I tried my best. I honestly tried my best. But you know, sometimes when they really need to be done, there's just not much you can do. So I'm sorry. I realize that. I've come to accept it for this video. I'm going to get them threaded tomorrow, so the next video they're going to be on point. So for this video, please ignore them. You know they look bad. I know they look bad. So let's just get on with it. So I had a sweet friend of mine request that I do a first impressions video since I just did a huge makeup haul. So I thought that was a really good idea. I really like first impression videos. Let's just get started. Bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish it on me. Y'all heard that new Drake though? I've already got my lids primed. I got some powder on them. For the eyes, for this first impressions, I want to use this Morphe 35F palette. I don't have a look in mind. I'm literally just winging it, okay? First shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here. I'm just going to start with that in the crease, and I'm actually going to bring it all the way on the inside corner too. So all the way in this crease. So far this shadow is really soft, really blendable. We're just going to start building some transition colors into the crease. So the next shade I'm going to use is this one right here. And by the way, I'm using a Morphe M513 brush. And like that first shade, I'm going all throughout the crease in it, bringing it into the inner corner, all the way to the outer corner. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to use on my lid because all these shimmer shadows in here are really pretty. They're really pigmented. I swatched a few already, and I don't know what look I'm going for right now. So okay, next shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here. Now for this one, I'm keeping it a little bit lower in the crease. I'm not going as blown out with those as I did with those first few shades. And I'm keeping a light hand with this shadow because this is Morphe. Alright, you know these shades are going to be pigmented. So for this shade, I'm kind of building it up a slight, just a tad bit on the outside corner. And I'm still bringing it in the crease, keeping it low in the crease, and bringing it to the inner corner. I'm not adding any product to the brush, just lightly blending the edges of it, so the edge of that color blends in with our first few transition shades. Okay, now I'm going to take a Morphe E17 brush. I'm going to take this color right here, and I'm just going to pack that on the outside corner. I'm going to pack it on the outside corner and then slightly blend it up. Alright, and see how that kind of looks like blotchy and messy? I'm going to take a blending brush, and this is one of the new brushes I got for Christmas, the BS Small brand, and I'm just going to blend this out. These brushes are really soft. Taking a light hand and just blending that corner. Morphe brush, A17. Packing that color in again. Keeping a very light hand with this. So for the lid, I'm going to use this shade right here. And I'm just going to apply that with my finger because from previous experience, I know that with these Morphe shimmer shadows, they apply best with your finger. See, that's our lid shade we're going to use. Hunty hush. You know what? We might as well just create a halo look. So what I'm gonna do is take that packing brush I used earlier, and I'm gonna take that last color I used that I put on the outside corner, and I'm gonna put it on the inner corner as well. As you can see, when I was applying that lid shade, I was kind of doing it like in a half circle dome shape motion. So now that I'm adding that darker color on the inside corner as well, it's gonna give us this halo eye. First overall impression of this palette, I really like it, and I'm definitely going to be using it a lot. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face with the Becca Backlight Primer, and this is a new product, but it's not really a first impression because I've used it a few times since I got it. I really like it. I am one of those people that has pretty dry skin, so any primer that is gonna give me some luminosity, I'm all about it. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Hourglass Vanish Stick, and I've used this before since I've gotten it, so it's not really a first impression, but I am gonna use this BS Small brush that I got for Christmas. So I guess this is called the Base Flat Brush. It's just a flat kabuki brush. So I'm just gonna go in normally how I would with this foundation. And I mean, this is a pretty medium to full coverage foundation, so you honestly don't need as much as I just put on, but I really like it, so. I know I look kind of crazy because from what I can see, this foundation looks really yellow on camera, but when I look in the mirror, it's looking pretty normal. I don't know why it's coming off so yellow in the camera, but I mean, in like real time, the shade is just a tad bit darker than like my neck, because my neck is really pale, but it's not that yellow when I look in the mirror. So just to let you know. So I really like this brush. These BS Small brushes are super, super soft. This is like the softest brush I've ever used. So next we're gonna go in with concealer. So I don't have a new concealer at the moment to do first impressions on. So I'm just gonna use this Maybelline Master Conceal. This is a concealer that I used to use all the time, and when did I stop using it? I guess I quit using it whenever I tried the Tarte Shape Tape because I love that one so much. But I recently bought this again in the drugstore just because I saw it and I was like, I used to really like that concealer. And it reminded me why I used it all the time, because this is a really good concealer. I'm going in a somewhat triangular motion with that concealer so we can give us a little bit of highlight, even though this shade right here, which is light medium, is close to my actual skin tone. It's not that much of a highlight shade, but nevertheless. I'm going to put a tad bit of translucent powder under my eyes. Okay, now I'm going to set my entire face with the Coty Airspun translucent powder, which is nothing new. I basically use this every time I do my makeup. I'm excited about this product because I have never used it before. And y'all, I got this Kat Von D Shade and Light palette at TJ Maxx for $24. So one of my friends said, it was like a while back, she was telling me about how she found it in TJ Maxx.
And I was like, girl, what?
So I ran to my TJ Maxx and they didn't have it. And I was really bummed out. And then one day, it was crazy. I was in there. They had a table of these just stacked, like tons of them. This is a high-end product. This is, I want to say, like normally at Sephora $42. I could be mistaken, but I know it's around the $40 range. And it was awesome because they also had the brush that comes with it too. I want to say it was $16. I'm not exactly sure how much this normally is at Sephora or like online at Kat Von D.
I got so excited when I saw this at TJ Maxx. Only $24. I was like, thank you.
So here is the palette.
Kat Von D, Shade and Light palette. Kat Von D, Shade and Light palette. Kat Von D, Shade and Light palette. Kat Von D, Shade and Light palette.
Alright, anyways. So I am gonna go in this first shade right here and put that under my eyes, and I'm just gonna use the brush that it comes with because why not? Gonna put a little bit in the center of the forehead so we can balance out the highlight. I'm just going to take this first contour shade that was right below that highlighting powder I used, and I'm going to use the other side of the brush. Oh yeah, yep. I can already tell I like it. Okay, this brush is really soft, and I really like these powders. They seem very blendable. So these powders are really great, really blendable, really soft, and I think I'm really going to enjoy this palette. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Hoola bronzer. I don't have a new bronzer to talk about. For blush, I'm going to use this Benefit product in the shade Dallas. I'm gonna be using this BS Small Face Angled Brush to apply it. So as you can see, it's a pretty neutral blush, but I really like it. I just think it's a really pretty color, very blendable, just like the Hoola bronzer. And I think this face angled brush applied it well. Now, highlight. Okay, so for the highlight, I'm going to use the one that came in this Too Faced Super Fun Night palette, which came in the gift set that I showed you in my last video in the haul. And the highlight is called Dashing Through the Glow. I think it was really pretty when I swatched it, so let's see how it applies to the face. I'm just using an e.l.f. small tapered brush. This isn't new. I use this all the time for highlight. Okay, not a lot is coming off on the brush when I dip my brush into it. I'm kind of having to like scrape to get it on the brush. Oh, but it's going on the face pretty good. Okay, I think we just had to like scratch through that first layer to really get to the highlight, because now it's showing up pretty well on the face. I think this is a pretty highlight. I like it. It's a nice color. It's like just a classic gold tone highlight. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this BS Small pencil brush and I'm gonna put a little bit of shadow on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go back to that 35F palette. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Okay, so it got really dark. It started raining. It was so cloudy, all my lighting was gone. So I just went ahead and finished. All I did was add an inner corner highlight, and it was the very first shade from that 35F palette. As you can see, I don't know how well the lighting is in here. I'm standing in my bathroom. It is like a booming highlight, so I think that's really pretty. And then I added some false lashes. I added the lashes that I included in my last video in the haul that I got for Christmas. They were the A-Joy lashes. I don't know how well you can tell. They are just really pretty, wispy, very thin lashes. So these are lashes that are good for just a natural look. I think these are really good lashes because the band is so thin that you don't even have to wear a liner. Usually when I'm doing fake lashes, I always do winged eyeliner or some type of eyeliner because it's easier to hide that lash band. But with these lashes, the band is so thin that you don't even really need to wear liner if you don't want to. So I'm not wearing any liner, just the eyeshadow, and I just added these lashes. I really like them because they're natural and they're still wispy, and these are very, very easy to apply. And the lip color is the Tarte glossy lip paint I talked about in the last video, the haul. It was in that Tarte gift set that I got, and I really like it. It's really glossy, as you can tell, and I think it's a really pretty color. I think it goes well with this look. I'm sorry that I had to end the video like this, standing in my bathroom, but that's what you have to do sometimes, I guess, when you're dependent on the sunlight and it disappears. Here is the look from my first impressions. Overall, I love the 35F palette. Don't have anything bad to say about it. I think the colors are really blendable. The shimmers are really pigmented. I really like this lip color. Blush, love the blush. I knew I was gonna love the blush. I really like that Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm really excited I have it, and I think I'm going to be using it a lot. I think the powders are really blendable, easy to use. I really like the highlight. I don't know if you can tell, but it just gives a nice glow to the skin. It's not like a in-your-face type of highlight, and I basically put it all over. It just gives a nice glow to the skin. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one.